Good morning, I-24 News Morning Edition on this December 24th. Indeed, the wave of violence, sadly, on this day, plaguing Israel and the West Bank for the last 3 months has not ceased. It has claimed also the lives of 2 more Israelis yesterday. One died of wounds sustained when 2 Palestinians attacked him among a group of people near Jerusalem's Jaffa Gate. The other died as a result of a gunshot wound, apparently caused by stray police fire when attempting to end the attack. In the same time, at least, basically, this actually brings up the number of Israelis who died in the last 3 months to 24. In the same time, at least 118 Palestinians, 70 of whom authorities described as assailants, died in clashes with Israeli forces throughout these last 3 months. It's a wave of violence that has not ceased, that has become sadly mundane and part of the daily life. Let's take a look at a report about yesterday's attack and continue from there.
A terrorist attack struck Jerusalem shortly after 1 p.m. local time Wednesday. 2 young Palestinians began stabbing people walking along the old city's walls, not far from Jaffa Gate. One victim died at hospital later from knife wounds. Another was seriously injured. 2 border policewomen stationed nearby rushed to the scene and opened fire on the terrorists, killing one immediately. The other died later at hospital. A 3rd civilian was also hit by the gunfire and also died hours later from the injuries he sustained. Police released a statement saying this citizen used a metal rod to help disarm one of the terrorists even after he was shot. The current terror wave has brought the issue of citizens taking the law into their own hands into Israeli public discourse. The 2 attackers, Isa Asaf and Anan Hamad, 19 and 20 respectively, both lived in the Kalandia refugee camp near Ramallah. While stabbing attacks have become a regular occurrence over the past 3 months, the Israeli security services announced earlier Wednesday that a major Hamas effort to raise the level of violence had been uncovered. 25 people were arrested in recent weeks in connection with the terror ring, which the army says plotted to carry out mass casualty attacks, including suicide bombings, using powerful explosives.
We have here some 20-20-20, a type of fertilizer, and a number of other types of fertilizer as well. All of these materials together, combined with acids, create TATP and nitroglycerin, a very sensitive explosive.
Most of those arrested were students at Abu Dis University, located east of Jerusalem. But the ringleader, 24-year-old Ahmed Azam, was from Kalkilia in the central West Bank. He was enlisted by members of Hamas's military wing in Gaza. 2 members of the terror ring held Israeli citizenship and were enlisted because of their ability to move freely within Israel itself. In recent years, Israel has been able to thwart most of the terror plots involving such dangerous explosives, but there has been no lack of attempts.
Now, the Israeli-Palestinian violence, which has mostly manifested in the West Bank, may not have passed over the city of Bethlehem. It is Christmas, as we remind you. It's felt all around it. The traditional birthplace of Jesus and the home to the Holy Land's most important churches is beginning its countdown to the Mass, the Christmas Mass this evening. I want us to go straight to Bethlehem, where we're joined live by I-24 News correspondent Mohammed El-Kassim, who's standing by. Mohammed, good morning to you. I'm assuming that getting into Bethlehem is hard for people and for pilgrims in these days. What are the scenes there today?
Good morning, Yael, and it is Christmas Eve here in Bethlehem, and what is a sunny yet cold day here in the Holy City. We're just outside the Church of the Nativity here in Bethlehem, where preparation are ongoing for today's midday festivities, where the Patriarch will be on hand, as well as for this evening's festivities, where President Abbas is expecting the President for the Palestinian Authority is expected to be here this evening for the evening mass and festivities. The mood here, Yael, let me say that it's not the mood of past years due to the tension and the wave of violence that hasn't lit up since the beginning of October. And people are trying to get in the mood of celebration for Christmas Eve and the coming holidays. But you can tell that there is less popular participation and more official participation. We just saw the the presidential security practicing and training and getting ready for the festivities. Yet less tourism or less tourists are on hand. We have seen some. We shouldn't say that there isn't any, but it's not what we have seen in past years here in Bethlehem. This is the time for tourists to be on hand, to be available to celebrate the Christmas here in the city. But because of the violence and because of the tension in the area, we have not seen the numbers that we've seen in past years.
And I'm assuming, two questions to you, Muhammad. Driving into Bethlehem, a city that we remind people is also surrounded by a wall in these modern times, but driving in, is there extra security? And when it comes to the people of Bethlehem, do they still have hope for any kind of resolution in this new coming year? Because Christmas is followed by a new year.
I get goosebumps when you said, I got goosebumps when you said hope. I mean, this is the time of hope. This is the city of hope. This is the city of peace. If you can't feel hope and peace here, I don't know where you can feel hope. We drove here from Jerusalem into Bethlehem. There wasn't a whole lot of, let's say, Israeli security or Israeli security presence on the way here. At least we haven't seen any of it coming in. However, there is heavy security, Palestinian security in the city. I was here also last night for a couple of hours, and I have seen the I've seen the high number of Palestinian security throughout the city. They want to make sure that the festivities and the celebration here in the city goes without any issues, without any problems. And this comes from from the president orders all the way down. And you can tell by just looking around that there are heavy security presence here. We've talked to some people here in Bethlehem. I spoke to them last night when I was here, and we talked to them just briefly, to a couple of them here, and they said that we hope that these festivities will be the end of the wave of violence and the beginning of hope for this upcoming new year.
Right. Mohammed Kassim, we will speak to you later throughout the day, also this evening covering Christmas in Bethlehem throughout the day for I-24 News, and as we move along right now.